NHS Colour Accessibility Guidelines Project. My project is for the NHS, one of the largest healthcare organisations in the UK. They currently have their own brand guidelines document, which state the colours and fonts that can be used by NHS organisations. However, the current guidelines do not consider the Web Accessibility Guidelines, which means it does not show which colours comply with the accessibility standards. To solve this, I created a website that combines the two guidelines to show which NHS colours work together, that are either AA or AAA compliant. This will allow organisations to use appropriate colours on their own projects. The technologies I used were HTML, CSS, which was coded in Sass and compiled into a minified CSS file, and JavaScript using a jQuery library. The tools I used were Brackets, which is a code editor, Prepros, which is a compiler used to compile and minify the Sass files into a CSS file, Adobe XD, and Adobe Photoshop for the design aspects of the project. The NHS has 23 colours, which are split into 4 levels: NHS Blues, NHS Neutrals, NHS Support Greens, and NHS Highlights. And each of those colours can be tinted, which is a percentage value of the colour. The accessibility guidelines state that the colours should have a contrast ratio of at least 5.4:1 between the background and foreground colours to meet the AA standards, and at least 7:1 between the background and foreground colours to meet AAA standards. The NHS provides 2 fonts: Frutiger, which is the NHS core font, and Arial, which should be used when Frutiger cannot. As Frutiger isn't a web font, Arial was used in this project. Before designing the website, I looked at other NHS websites to see how the content was laid out and styled based off the NHS brand guidelines. The first stage of this project was wireframing the layout. I moved forward with version 2, as the navigation was different to what was on other NHS websites, which will help in making the design of this website stand out more. I designed the website using Adobe XD and created a prototype to show how the website would look and how the users can interact with the website as if it was live. I designed for both desktop and mobile views. Using the designs, I coded the website using HTML, Sass, which I compiled into CSS, and jQuery, which is a JavaScript library. Bootstrap, which is a CSS framework, was used as a base for the styles and to provide a responsive grid. Sass is a CSS preprocessor, which is an extension of CSS. For this project, I used Sass to reduce the duplication of CSS code and make updating the CSS much easier and faster. This was achieved by using variables and particle files, which are smaller Sass files imported into the main Sass file. The base Sass file, which was my main Sass file, was compiled into a minified CSS file using a compiler software called Prepros. CSS transitions were used on certain aspects of the website, such as the navigation and links, to make certain actions appear more smooth to the user. JavaScript, along with the CSS transitions, were used to create the effect of the colour content boxes appearing on the page. I coded a JavaScript onClick function which was used to allow the user to click on a link to copy the value, which in this case is the hex code of either the foreground or background colour, and in doing so, the icon was switched from the copy icon to the tick icon to show the user the copy of the value has been successful. This website was coded to be responsive, which means the website scales to the size of the device width. This was done with the help of the Bootstrap framework and their responsive grid, as well as my own media queries, which target elements at specific widths to change the appearance of that element. When testing this website on mobile devices, I found that the copy to clipboard function didn't work on iOS devices, such as the iPhone and iPad. As a workaround to this issue, and to keep the consistency of the website, I decided to remove the copy to clipboard function on all mobile devices, and replace the copy to clipboard text with the actual hex codes by targeting the different mobile devices using JavaScript. After coding the website, I validated the website's HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files, which all successfully passed the validation, apart from the Bootstrap CSS used on this website. Bootstrap have a statement on their website regarding this, which states that Bootstrap uses CSS browser hacks in places to target certain browser versions in order to work around the bugs in the browser themselves. These hacks cause CSS validators to complain that they are invalid. I ran a website audit to check the website on 3 levels: performance, accessibility, and SEO, which the website on both mobile and desktop scored very high on. The performance of the website scored 99 out of 100, the accessibility of the website scored 100 out of 100, and the SEO scored 90 out of 100. Thank you.